Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forged Lines Forever. Today, I have a 6-player Phantom match on the map Bunny ROANOKE. This is the winner of the poll that I held for a couple of days on the community post on the channel for the 1,250 subscriber milestone video. Thank you so very much for all of the support, whether you've been with me since day one or you've been with me since yesterday or even today. Thank you so very much for all the time and attention you do give to the channel. Obviously, this was the winner, as I stated, which received 45% of the vote of 64 votes at the time that I'm recording this video. In second place, it was tied with Dual Gap and one of my own FAF matches. And in last, it was other, which could have been either a ladder match, custom match, could have been one of my other videos from Star Wars, Warhammer 40K, any of those other types of videos. And also just a little bit of a plug. I just bought Ghost of Tsushima today as of recording this video for Steam, because it released, I think it was a couple days ago on Steam. And I'm very excited to play it. I don't know if you would like to see me play it here on the channel, but if you would, there is a poll on the community post to ask that exact question. It's just a yes or no. So if you are interested or not interested in me making a video on that game, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate the insight in doing so. And let's go ahead and get on with the game here. It is, again, a 6-player match. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting up in the 12 o'clock position here in orange, the color orange, it is Winter Wonderland. He is a Seraphim, and he is a 1300. In the 2 o'clock position here in Snow White, we have the Seraphim player of Mav 7119. He is a 1200. To the south in the 4 o'clock position, we have in Imperial Gray, Lil J. He is a 1400, the high spring player in the game. And again, he is also a Seraphim. So 3 Seraphim players so far. To the south, in the 6 o'clock position, we have in Droppa Ocean Blue, Leprechaun. He is a Cybran. He is a 1300. In the 8 o'clock position here in Pac-Man Yellow, we have Mopi Totem. He is also a Cybran. He is an 1100. And in the 10 o'clock position here in Barbie Pink, we have the UEF commander of AF, Felix. He is a 1200. That is all of the players here on the game. And I've already sped it up a little bit. Might speed it up a little bit more, just so that everybody can get building in all of that. The players that I suspect are the Phantoms are going to be Leprechaun in the south position at 6 o'clock and Mav 7119 in the 2 o'clock position in the northeast. Just due to the fact that they are pretty high up in the 200s, in actually 300 for Leprechaun. And obviously, for those of you who are aware, or for those who don't, the Phantom players have increased income so that way they compete with the 4 other Innocents in the game. There also is one Paladin, which is a Innocent that receives, if I believe, half of the bonus that the Phantoms get. So they're able to compete a little bit more against those 2 players. And remember, it is Innocents versus Phantom versus Phantom. The Phantoms cannot win as a team. They only win by complete supremacy of their opponents. And we're approaching 6 minutes on the clock. Let's see where our players are starting to expand outwards in their islands. We do see a Leprechaun getting a ton of hives on the northern side of his little island here, getting his nice little naval facility online. Same thing happening in the west a little bit, except the naval facility has not been built for Mopi. Oh, yeah, just gotta wait 2 seconds and it'll happen. In the 10 o'clock position, going for the quantum gateways to scale his eco very, very quickly with those RAS comms. In the 12 o'clock position, we have Winter Wonderland getting his own RAS comms online. And obviously, for those of you who are familiar with my Phantom cast, with my current mod selection, every single modified RASCOM for Seraphim will have the highlighted ACU on the map. You can see already as an example of Mav. We have the MavCom, of course, and then we have the Seraphim SACU RAS preset. Because they don't come stock with the normal lineup for the Seraphim faction, they had to be added in. And because of that, they are treated as a COM, like a regular human player. So that is going to be a little bit annoying. And since there are 3 of them, it's going to be a lot of circles on the map. But luckily, so far, they're only in the northeastern side to, east, southeast side, so it's not too bad. But it is going to get hectic, of course, as players build hundreds and hundreds of SACUs. And at this point, I think I'm going to speed it up just a little bit more. Because, again, as I said, Phantom games take a while to get on. It's all about building up your ecos, trying to stay hidden for as long as possible if you're the Phantoms, trying to suss out who the Phantoms are for the Innocents. And it looks like Little J down here in the southeast just expanding his fleet capacity, or his shipyard capacity, I should say. He's already at T2 Navy. We saw T3 Navy also in the south and the west here for a couple of players for Leprechaun and Mopey. T3 online here over there. And no T3 Navy yet here for either of the Seraphim players in the northeast, but just large mass FAF farms for both of these players, trying to get their ecos up online. And, of course, getting their SACU build power as well. It's all about Navy in this game, not to neglect any air or any pseudo-Navy, that being any hover tech land that may occur, but it's all about the Navy, which is one of the reasons why I love this matchup so very much, because it's just water, 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 and more water. And I did do a run-through of the game before, so there are no desyncs or anything like that. I do know who wins, so I'm not going in blind. However, there is, if you've already you clicked on the video, so you know the cutscene, or not cutscene, the thumbnail. I don't know how that happened, and I will try to keep a lookout for how that happened. If I have never seen that before, and I will pause the video and all of that when that time does come. It's a very interesting surprise for those of you. I mean, I was surprised when I was making sure that the video ran well and there was no issues with desyncing or anything. What actually happened, I was flabbergasted. I was like, I have to make that the thumbnail because I've never seen that before. So we'll just have to, of course, get to that point. 16 minutes, approaching 17 minutes so far on the clock. Of course, we do see, of course, more naval expansion. Only just in engineers, though, not necessarily in anything else, but the production facilities are there. We have some battleships and some aircraft carriers online so far here for one of the Phantom players. The other one down south looks like he's just stockpiling his SACUs, spreading them out a little bit. Don't know why he's doing that necessarily, but we'll find out. In the west, again, very similar things. The 2 o'clock position and the 10 o'clock, sorry, the 8 o'clock position, I can do math right, doing very similar things, going for a ton of naval facilities with, of course, aircraft carriers to produce ASFs or torp bombers or strat bombers, whatever the case may be. I do love the Omni radar here for Mopey, just making sure that once vision does get lost on the other players that he may or may not suspect as Phantoms, that he still has ability to detect enemy aircraft and vessels. I love that, thinking ahead like that. I don't think anybody else has a radar, I believe. No, I don't. I think, well, no, that's... Oh, there's a radar up here. Okay, so another Innocent has gone for radar. Yes, only 2 out of the 6 players have gone for Omni. Love that. Nuke already online. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit so we don't miss a whole lot. Nuke already online here from Mopey, so already trying to get in this very aggressive game. You other Phantom knows, says Mav. So Mav, yeah, of course, says Leprechaun. Orange is your biggest threat. Gray doesn't know doesn't know his naval units. Don't know what that's in reference to. Maybe just seeing all the engineers he's building. But that's going to be a little bit of a surprise. He is sandwiched between 2 Phantoms. That's always the hard position to be in because you're usually the first targeted by both of the Phantoms or one of them, but at least one of them. And you essentially just get knocked out of the game. The best scenario for the Innocents is having the Phantoms be right next to one another, which usually means that the Innocents can consolidate their defenses on either side. They don't lose out on a player's eco. But the downside, of course, with being next to the Phantoms, for the Phantoms, is at any point the other Phantom can just split and just attack. You got to keep some sort of defensive fleet or infrastructure just in case someone gets a little bit too jumpy. But we do see a ton of just harms and AA spreading out from Leprechaun. Leprechaun's going, nope, you're not going to invade me this way. And it looks like it's very similar here from Mopey, doing not as much of a kind of, spread out of a a sun, like the traditional circle and you draw the rays coming off of it. Style of defense. Again, similar thing over here. Look at this build order. This is nuts. He's just spammed up as many of these harms and AA. So he's intermixing both AA and harms. I love that because he's not neglecting Navy and he's not neglecting air. And then his actual Navy will take care of any pseudo hover tech because AA can't target any hover and Torp can't target any hover because it's hover, it's not in the water, which means the torpedo can't touch it. And I feel like there's going to be a break here soon. Usually at the 30-minute mark is when it's like, oh, the players have been revealed, and attacking will be forced to commence essentially. But players, at least the Phantoms, have been known to break a little bit before that. And that nuke is already loaded. So one nuke already loaded here for the Innocent team in the East. A Yolana Os is almost completed, and everyone can see that. Everyone is allied with him. A Paladin mark has been used. However, the target is unaffected, meaning one or both of the... I think either the Phantoms vote on who they think it is or just one of them picks it. I don't really remember how it works. But they essentially go, oh, this is the Paladin, and if they guess right, the bonus is negated. And if they're wrong, the bonus isn't. So in this case, the bonus was not negated, and therefore the bonus for that player being the Paladin is still active. I think they probably targeted Mopey just because of his, well, the everything that he has. But it might be Little J just considering his eco. He doesn't have that much compared to all the other players in terms of the innocence. And it would make sense why he's at a 1,300 in, let's say, Winterholm. But that first YOLO nuke missile is outbound, and it's outbound for the Innocence Winter Wonderland. I'm thinking of Frostpunk here. He does have some SMDs, but I don't think he has enough. And Little J just control Ks. Maybe he had connection issues or something. But that is now a ton of mass here. Or he just control K'd because maybe he feels that the Phantom's going to attack him or something. I don't know. It makes me feel like it was a connection issue, and as is Phantom. That YOLO nuke lands. Not much SMD coverage was there. At least anything was loaded. Kaboom! That is a very explosive start to the Phantom match here. 28 minutes on the clock. And that's really, really going to hurt the Innocents. They've lost one player of Lil J. Granted, he was going to be sandwiched anyways. But that's neither here nor there. He is gone, dead, no longer exists. And Winter Wonderland has lost his entire base. That is it. Dead and gone. He is going to be able to escape. He is building an Alwasaw bomber. That's going to be really useful for him for defensive measures. But his infrastructure is gone. There's no saving that. Another one is outbound here from Team Innocence Mopey, going for his opponent of Leprechaun. Going to land right here. And nuking here says Leprechaun, which indicates that Leprechaun is still allied and can see the nuke from his ally, air quotes, of Mopey. So the Paladins, the Phantoms have not been fully revealed yet, so the Innocents don't know that it's Leprechaun. I would assume if I was either Winter or AF Felix, I either think it would be Leprechaun or Mopey, just because the ecos are very similar and just the expansionary efforts and all that. But the move with the ASF and spy planes and all that to the northeast definitely would indicate why would he go attack his maybe he's trying to play the role, but the likelihood is he was Phantom, and it does break. Looks like Leprechaun breaks with everyone. Actually, no, just breaks with Mopey. Keeps the vision on both of the other Innocents. Maybe it was just Mopey that broke. I mean, possibly. It doesn't really tell me when it's in observer mode. But 30 minutes, pretty soon everyone's going to know anyways. But nukes are launching here from the YOLO. Mav 7119, very explosive start. Second one outbound, going for the battleships and all of the Atlantis or Atlanti that were built by AF Felix. Those are not going to last very long, unfortunately, for the Innocent team. There they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with 1, 2 Atlantis dead and gone. Tons of Yassaus and tons of hover spam. The pseudo Navy with all of the Thumes that he has access to. That is a ton of hit points and firepower to chew through here for the Innocent team. The exodus of the remaining Rascoms is under effect. They built some nice T1 torp launchers just to try to defend a little bit. And of course, they do have the Alpha bomber in reserve, as well as able to drop a little bit of a bomb. The Calm of Winterholm, I keep saying his name the entire time like that because of my video that released earlier in the week of me completing the Survivor mode on the Fall of Winterholm for Frostpunk. It's just in my brain. He's over here hanging out, so he's perfectly fine. Going to build some hives and build some more Rascoms. And the attack in the east has, the south in the east direction from Mopi has commenced, trying to infiltrate this huge wave of just defenses and defenses and defenses and defenses. And there's no cutting through that right now. Tons of harms online, more of them being built all the time. Tons of sub-killers. They have to be different. They have to be different. They can't be called sub-hunters. They have to be called sub-killers for some reason. And Nuke outbound here from Team Innocent Mopi. Another Nuke outbound from the YOLO in the northeast here from Mav, going for, I'm assuming, Felix's base. Yep, going for it. SMDs have been built. I think they've been built a little too late, though. Building a bunch of satellites, which would be a decent amount of satellites, honestly, in any game, and specifically for Phantom. But does he have enough SMDs loaded? Yes, he does. He has a couple of them over here. So he does have access to some SMDs, but I don't think he's assisting him as much. And that fleet is inbound. There is no saving this position here for the Innocents. We might see an early gang up on the other Phantom here by Leprechaun. So we could see the 3 remaining Innocents and Leprechaun ganging up against Map. If that YOLO stays online for 10-15 minutes, that is not good for anybody else in this game, including the other Phantom. And referencing, of course, Phantom Map being the one that I'm talking about. Of course, see the Alpha bomber coming in, taking out a bunch of these Yasau sub-hunters. I feel like the sub-killer should have been the Yasau, and then that would have been a difference for, well, everything else. Having the Barracuda T2 sub-killers with the Cybrans. They just want to be different and have their names be different. But 2 nukes outbound from some plan Bs from him. Those are going to open some doors for his fleet to come in after these battleships do fall back, which is perfect because as the battleships are falling back, they're going to get into range of said nukes. That is, there are sub-nukes. They're not as powerful as regular nukes, but the players have been revealed. Let the games begin. So everyone does know, but at this point, everyone already knows. And it looks like AF Felix has gifted everything over to Wonderland. Very interestingly, he still has 1 summit. He wanted to keep that 1 summit and 1 ASF. But, oh, look at that. Oh. The cascade of all of that volatile, explosive mass fabs. Ouch. I was about to say to that is ouch. But look at the invasion from the northeastern corner, almost claiming the entire northern section of the map. I feel like at this point, Leprechaun's got to be thinking about, I don't like this. I don't like the how powerful Mav is getting. And again, Leprechaun is outproducing his Phantom frenemy of Mav by about 400 to 500 mass. But in Phantom, your eco, once you get all your, obviously your T3 mexes and all of that, your eco kind of just scales as fast as you want it to with how much emphasis you put on gating in Rascoms, because there's only so much land you can put stuff on before you're like, well, I need to be more mobile. Looks like a YOLO tried to go after the remaining SACU. Some of them were killed off, but some of them survived, going for more bombers in the north. And then a spy plane, half squadron, or wing, I should say, coming in to view that, so they'll know that they're not all dead in that north corner. I wouldn't be surprised to see another YOLO, but that remaining YOLO could have come in and just wrecked all of this. There were a couple SMDs still surviving, to be fair, and 2 of them are loaded, so that would have been able to shoot it down. But with the fleet engaging as it is not looking good. We have a Scathis T4 experimental mobile artillery fire rapid fire artillery online here for Leprechaun. Now with this in his pocket, he has to turn on Mav at this point. The YOLO's going to outproduce, outfire the YOLO. He has to take that out. And the white now just coming into the west, just killing everything in essentially not even 10 minutes. Mav has control over the entire, almost the entire northern section of the map. And no one besides a couple of Rascoms over here for Leprechaun has even gone over here. It looks like it's going to be a Phantom v Phantom here pretty shortly. Unless stuff changes. We do see, of course, a bunch of T2 torp launchers trying to deal with all the Yassaus, but those things fire very, very quickly. And I feel like Team 1, Winter Wonderland, moving from his position over here, shifted over here.
Strategic launch.
He does have the teleporter online, so I wonder what he's thinking about moving his comm around with. That's probably how he got out of dodge very, very quickly, to be fair. That is a smart move for the Innocents, specifically, as if your island gets overrun. Already having the teleporter online means that you can just get out of dodge and survive. YOLO Nuke outbound once again, looking like the coin. Those poor SACUs, all they want to do is build a bomber. Is that so hard, Mav? Is that so hard to just let them build a bomber? You just have to constantly launch nukes at them. Is that it? Is that so hard? Leprechaun and Nope just having some words back and forth. The artillery from that Scath is able to take out the nuke. So now the Innocents are nukeless. That's never a position you want to be in any game, regardless if it's Phantom or not. And that nuke lands, kaboom! Takes out the Awasaw bomber that was being built, and one SACU, so Winter loses a little bit more eco. But again, like I said, it is not looking good for the Innocent teams. 2 of the islands completely devoid, actually 3 of the islands completely devoid of Innocent structures. Obviously, one of them was due to a unfortunate departure, not a kill, departure. I want to say it was a just lost connection for some reason. Don't know why. Just either left the game, maybe his computer had a Windows update and it just restarted without his control, which has happened to me before, and it's very annoying. But it does look so much. What? Oh, Awasa. Oh, look, all the way over there. One of the Awasa bombers all the way in the sky. Don't know why it was all the way up there, but it was. Didn't even notice that one. Look, the bomb lands all the way over here. Way overshot that. I don't know why it does that. It's very weird. But it flies up to the height that it's supposed to fly up to, but it just keeps going sometimes for some reason. But that invasion of white still commencing here. It is not looking good here for the Innocents. The Leprechaun has to give him a treaty at some point. He's still just raining in artillery fire. Nuke outbound from Mav. All 4 Innocent islands, at least the main ones, are going to be either conquered by the Phantoms or just completely dead and gone. Once that YOLO nuke lands, there is an SMD. It is SF5 loaded, but all Mav has to do is assign a couple of his Hathums to target it. It's right there. He can see it. He knows where it is. And he's probably busy macroing other things. 37 minutes. Here comes that YOLO nuke. Is the SMD going to be shot down? I don't think so. So that YOLO will be denied. Oh, it's open for business. Oh, 1 SMD launched. 2 SMDs launched. So that YOLO is denied. Very, very close to losing it, but there are now some of those Yenzine coming onto land, targeting all of the SACUs, denying all of the eco here for Mopey Totem, not letting him have anything. No soup for you, no mass for you, no nothing for this player in this game. And again, still no treaty has been sprung, but the artillery fire has switched to 2 Scathi are online for Leprechaun. Has Leprechaun sided with the Innocents? He's at least sided with one of them, that being Mopey, and his artillery fire is targeting Mav's base. Another nuke outbound. And this is big. You're still alive. DG Go Plates is AF Felix. And the shields are starting to go down. A couple of some T2s are also gone. That's a lot of artillery fire, but it is Seraphim shielding, to be fair. So I don't know if 2 is going to be enough because of how sporadic the shots are, because of how unpowerful each individual shot is. Unless, I mean, 3 is a lot. You'd have to time the shots very well to have them hit one after the other after the other. Second YOLO going to be constructed here from Mav. He gets 2 YOLOs online. That is, I mean, it's not necessarily game over, but that is very, very close to game over. That is not going to go well again for the innocent team or the other Phantom of Leprechaun. So he needs to take that out immediately, which, to be fair, he did know about at least the first YOLO that everyone else knew about. I mean, if you let your opponent, air quotes, let your opponent build a YOLO and you can see him building a YOLO and you're not doing anything about it, yeah, it's a thing. Kind of like, that's probably not the best idea. Just the nonsense that is happening right now. We have all of the Hathums actually retreating, moving into the middle, intercepting the Barracudas in the middle of the map here for Leprechaun. It looks like just due to Leprechaun's presence, Mav has retreated his navy. He could have kept pushing. I don't know if I mean, he still had a lot of, Hathums online. Just don't know why he's retreating them all. I know he wants to deal with the Barracudas, but I mean, this is the main threat. We have a decent amount of Barracudas here on the eastern side. A bunch of just T1 spam frigates coming online. These are going to rip through everything on this eastern edge of the map. Almost Mav's entire island has been destroyed. A couple of shields remain to protect a bunch of hives and some PD for some teleporting protection. But the second YOLO is almost halfway done. This is his comm over here. Luckily, it's a little bit far removed, so I can tell where it is. One of the Seraphim players is dead and gone. One of the Seraphim players has been knocked out almost for the entire game, and one of them is the Phantom. So all those highlighted ACU circles with their, RAS SACUs, not really a huge issue, which I appreciate. Obviously, the departure of Lil J, definitely hard to take for, obviously, the Innocents, because they just lost a player. That's it. Not even essentially build up some stuff and then just deleted. But I mean, like I said, connection happens. Connection fails sometimes. It's not something that players can control all the time. There could be a power outage as well. His PSU, his power supply unit, could have just crapped out and shut his computer off. Same with his GPU. Literally anything could have, well, not literally, but a lot of things could have happened. So it's just kind of how the way that the cookie crumbles. But Nuke's outbound here from Team Phantom, but Leprechaun the Phantom coming in to essentially curtail any sort of incursion from the north. And how are those artillery shells landing? Well, still landing at that YOLO. I think I'm actually going to split the screen just to focus a little bit on the YOLO. I want to keep track of that as much as possible. Move this in the middle. We use the left screen. Where is that Awasa bomber going? Oh, so that's what's happening. Oh, interesting. So apparently there's some sort of glitch where if it sits on the edge of the map, it just keeps rising. Look, there's another one up there. Look at it. It's up there. What in the world is this? Yeah, that's literally what's happening. Look at that. Looks like it's also falling because it's not moving. Look at that. It looks like it's legitimately falling. That is very weird. I don't know if that's like I don't know what that is, but that's definitely a glitch. Should not be happening. Some boats got shot by some Scathus. That's never a good thing. The shielding still is holding strong. A lot of assistance going down. The second YOLO is almost online. That is not going to be good for anyone, regardless of the Phantom or Innocent alignment. 41 minutes, 30 seconds. The second YOLO is online. What's that one bomber? A saddle? Moby being like, what the heck's going on over there? Yeah, I mean, it's just going up. It's just not stopping. I don't know why. And what was he's like, what? It's like over there. So even they don't know what's going on. Must be an issue with one of the recent patches or something. But that is really funny. the Awasa bomber. That's what I was talking about earlier in the video, where just somehow the Awasa bomber was just really high up in the air. Don't know why that happened. Really don't. It's still targeted. One of her bombers looks like it's in orbit. I mean, it's not wrong. But that second YOLO is online. And one after the other, they are targeting the other Phantom's position. Two Scathis are pretty scary, to be fair. And, I mean, it's not shoot through the shielding entirely. Most of the base is destroyed, but the main things being a decent amount of the hives, the SACU production, and the YOLOs being the main thing. One of them is shot down. The other one going to be shot down. Lots of SMDs online to deter incoming nuclear fire, whether that be from YOLOs or otherwise. It looks like the Leprechaun will be perfectly fine for the time being. 1 and 2. So, not really a huge threat. That does give a lot of time for the Innocents to build up. Multiple Atlantises, whatever the plural for that, is coming online. What is the reclaim like, I wonder, for this map so far? That is a lot of numbers very quickly. 1.13 million. That is a lot. A third YOLO is planned here for map. Because why not? Well, why have one when you can have all of them, essentially? I mean, he has the eco to support them. 2,000. Leprechaun is at 2.6. And he is still going up. What is that? What is he doing? It's very weird that Awasa bomber is just doing that. Very weird. But it does, weird glitches do happen from time to time. And one, and oh! That was close. That was very close to landing. That would have been the end, I think, of the game. Had that YOLO landed, that'd been it. 2 YOLOs, you just blanket everything. Just complete, total annihilation of the map. But the Barracudas have reached the main production facilities of the Navy here for MAV from Leprechaun. Most of that fleet has been dealt with as well. I think at this point I'm going to end the split. Not really doing a whole lot. Just wanted to see if the Scathas were able to pierce the shielding, which again, the YOLO's just firing one after the other after the other. We know where they're going to land. There's only one place they can land. Essentially, before even the first one lands, the second one launches. That is how fast he is loading these nukes. The third one is planned, but they're getting some hives online first to assist the shield that will protect it. And that is a lot. Let's see, how high is that one? That one's normal. Oh, there it is. Yep, look how high this is. This is ridiculous how high this thing is. Like, that is... Like, that's the normal height down there. That is whatever this is doing. Crazy what's happening with those. Look, there's even one, I think, above that. Oh, I don't know what they're doing up there, but it's very entertaining.
Strategic launch detected.
Now they're... Oh my goodness, so many YOLOs. So many YOLOs. 3 YOLOs soon to come online if the build order does finish. I mean, some of those Scathas shots are landing near those SACUs, and all the Barracudas have dealt with all of the ASF production aircraft facilities. Are they? No, okay, they're still fine. Looks like they stopped for a second. And it's only gonna not be great here for MAV if this continues, because Leprechaun is able to just hold off any sort of nuclear fire at this point. He's loading SMDs very quickly. And every time one fires, he's able to load enough silos to be able to, shoot them down. It's essentially just a stalemate. Any additional pressure on MAV will kill him. Any additional pressure on Leprechaun in the nuclear variety might kill him, which is why, of course, MAV is going for the third one. But I don't think it's going to finish anytime soon. It's out of the shielding. The Scathas fire is very wide, so some shots will just clip whatever is being constructed. You can see right now that one hits, takes out that pigeon that was being built. Shield going to be built immediately to shield the position. And of course, hives assisting the shielding as much as possible. But just a constant barrage of shots, just constantly going for it. And Team Innocent could help out with this. And we see some more over here. Hey, look, there's one right there. There's one up there. There's one a little bit higher. One. And they all just keep going over there, because why not? Because he wants to put him in the northwest corner of the map, and because he's doing that, unintentionally, he's just essentially stacking them higher and higher in the air. So funny. I don't think that's not game breaking from what I recalled from when I previewed the match, because they can still get shot down. Like we saw that one earlier that does get shot down, so it doesn't make it so it's untargetable. It's just visually it looks way higher than it should be. 2 nukes, one after the other, launch at the same time. Ooh, that's not good. He's gonna simultaneously launch them. That's not a good here for Leprechaun. He could wipe out any other innocent right now. With all the YOLOs he's launched, anything on the surface that's not covered by SMD, at least a decent amount of SMD coverage, would be dead by now. Could have probably killed off 2 of the innocent players right here. We have Mopey Totem over here. We have a teleporting something over here. I would assume that's Winter's Commander, I would assume. Possibly, maybe, possibly. Don't know where he is. He's the only one that's really hard to spot, because I don't know where he would be. And Mav probably popped on the land because of those boats, those subs. But some of the shielding is starting to fail. If all the hives go down, that could be enough to crack the shielding. Some of the hives are out of the shielding. This could be enough. Oh, there goes one shield. Oh, there's one YOLO exposed. Another nuke is outbound. Another nuke is outbound. Strat bomb is inbound here from Leprechaun, targeting the nukes. There they go. 1 and 2. They are done and dusted. Almost missed Mav. 5,000 hit points remaining. That was it. That's all that Leprechaun needed. We need to try to win air. Then Charles Snipe. Leprechaun says winner to Mopey. And there's, oh my goodness, that nonsense. That nonsense. 2 YOLOs down. 3rd one under construction. And tons of ASF being killed off by Scathis Fire. That's never a good thing. He has a lot of air. Well, I mean, I would assume. And looks like some... Oh, looks like the break has occurred between Leprechaun and the remaining innocents. 4 SMDs were fired back to back to back to back to back to deal with that. Now we have Scathis Fire raining westward. That is not going to feel good. The ASF cannot sit here. If they sit here, they're going to get hit by Scathis Fire. And that's not going to feel good. Don't know where that... I was going for maybe a mix. I don't know. GG says Mav. GG says Mopey. And oh, here they come. Here they come. And this is the one that I used for the video. I'm going to slow it down a little bit because it is ridiculous. Look at this nonsense. So this is the normal height. I think this is the normal height right here. Yeah, that looks pretty normal. Maybe it's this. No, it's this one. And a couple of them are higher. Then you have the next one way up there. And then I think, yeah, and then you have one way up there. So this is ridiculous. Like, I'm trying to obviously move the camera so you can see it because it's still in there. But down there, this one I think is a good estimation of like where, obviously relative because it's hard to see everything. But there's one way up there, one over here, and that one, this one's obviously a little bit higher. Actually, no, it's just a little further. They've all kind of gone back to the normal rest position. So that is the normal position. But this, I don't know. Like, this is, I don't know what you're doing here. This is a weird glitch. It's very funny. It's very weird. But it's also very funny, as I stated. But look at this. This is just nuts. It's just nuts. I'll focus on these, and I think we'll bring it back to normal. But yeah, you can see they're still able to be targeted. Like, they're not out of range of any of the SAMs because they just shoot however high up they need to. But here they come. I'm going to slow it down to 1. Here come the ASFs. This one is way up in the sky. We'll keep our cursor on it so we can see its health. And all of those Albatross bombers trying to take out some SMDs. It's going to launch its bomb. 1, 2, 3. I think there's 6 of them in this. But see, because of the one downside is because of how far up this is, it launches its bomb, but because it takes time to travel down, it's either it misses the, gets the clip right here, or it just falls off the edge of the map. It does take out a couple of them. Look, that one gets shot out of the sky, and that one gets shot out of the sky, and I think the one already up top already got shot out of the sky. But there it goes. It went off the edge of the map. And so obviously the SAMs can still target them. But man, is that devastating for Team Innocent. That is a lot of bombers. That's a lot of mass. Currently on the map with the YOLOs included, unless they've been reclaimed already. 1.11, so it's actually the number's gone down. So that is a ton of mass on the map. In terms of totals, Leprechaun sitting at 5 million mass accrued. Next player being the other Phantom of Mav at 4 million. Has Mav made an alliance with Leprechaun? He's made an alliance with everyone. So not fighting, and he actually just control Ks because he's like, I'm good. Not dealing with that anymore. He could probably have teamed up with the Innocents to try to fight against Leprechaun again. But in the position that he's currently in, if he teamed up with the Innocents and the Innocents took out Leprechaun, I think that would be game for him. So it's essentially, regardless of what he does, he'd be the loser. No, a loser, not the loser. But he would lose the game. So it's either he doesn't do anything and have the Innocents and the other Phantom fight it out, and the Innocents win. Obviously, both Phantoms lose. Innocents win, regardless if they died or not. Or the Phantom wins. That's the only two options now. 50 minutes on the clock. 2 Scathis still online. 1, 2, 3. Well, they're all pretty much gone now. Tons of Awasaw Bomber Wrecks available for consumption. There's even, I think, one over. No, that's just a ton of. I don't even know what those are. SACs probably. I'm going to speed it back up to 2 just because it's a little slow. It's just naval combat. That is the one downside with FAF in naval combat, especially in a Phantom game, is it's kind of slow, especially if both players are just pumping stuff out constantly. It doesn't matter. Highlight B is firing some nukes as well. Not as powerful as normal nukes or YOLOs, but again, something is better than nothing. Going after this SMD not loaded. That's mean. That is mean. Takes all that out. Didn't even stand a chance. Scathis firing on the ship production over here to the northwest here for winter. Tons of Atlanti just producing ASF or whatever they're producing. That is... Oh, no. They're producing bombers, Commander being Tort bombers and ASFs. Looks like the main thing that they're building. And then there are some sub-killers in the middle here for Mopey being pinged. I don't know what he's pinging them and saying, hey, you have some stuff here. We do have some SACUs on some transports going over here for some reclaim. I love the constant spy planning out here from Leprechaun as well. I wish he had output one for the other side as well, so he is dual ringing the map just for vision, just so that he can see what's going on constantly. I love that. Don't know where those are going. Bombers just trying to just open the doors here for Team Innocent. There's a lot of AA coverage. There's not any flak, so I mean gunships would be kind of useful, but there's so much AA. We're talking about 113 harms on the map, and where's some AA? 127 Myrmidon T3 SAM sites. That is a lot, but most of them, to be fair, are on the eastern side. There are some down on the south and southern edge, but there's not as much on the western approach. Granted, obviously this is where his ASF are sitting, which makes sense because this is his weaker side for AA. So you still have to chew through that, but there is an attack vector that if you can take out all the ASF for a little bit at least, you can send some bombers in and take stuff out. We do have some Awasaw bombers over the top. Another one coming in. That's not going to reach its target. It does drop a bomb. It's going to land right on top of that Scathis. Another one going to come in. Gets control K'd as well. Does kill off one of the Scathis, so that is a huge boon for Team Innocence. A third Scathis is online. That is another thing that is happening. So there was a potential for 3 Scathis online. Would be a ton. Would be a ton of firepower. Another wave of T2 Tort bombers inbound. And more Awasaw bombers running around. Looks like they're at normal heights now, so I don't have to worry about like zooming all the way out to try to find them. But no, yeah, very weird glitch that the thing would just keep floating upward. Very weird. I don't know. It has to be some sort of issue with maybe it's trying to move, and because the only way it can move is up, it just keeps moving up. I don't know. I don't know why that causes the glitch. With the calm of Mopey in the southeastern corner of the map, just hanging out. The last place that Leprechaun would think that he would go, because it's nowhere near anything. This, of course, is what Leprechaun can see, and obviously Innocents can see whatever the Innocents can see. But it's just very funny that Mopey's just down there in the corner, just hanging out. I know where his comm is until he moves, so that's nice for me to remember where he is. Second Scathus almost online. Third Scathus might be reclaimed. The downside of the Scathus is because it's mobile, it's considered a unit, not a structure. Because it's not a unit, because it's not a structure, it can't just be built over. You have to reclaim and then build it. So you can't get the nice, just build on top of it and cut down production time by X amount of mass that's there or whatever. Nope, can't do that. Team Phantom's only remaining player of Leprechaun's influence is starting to be very diminished in the map. And obviously these spy planes over top don't really show influence that well. But he's essentially just being a turtle and turtling. Which, to be fair, when you're facing multiple players and you're being attacked from the western side, no one's attacking you on the eastern side, either you build out east or you just hunker down. When you have two Scathus online, though, possibly a third one, it's going to be reclaimed as we speak. Kind of slow, though. Probably should assign a couple more SACUs or even the Hives to just soup that up very, very, very quickly. Is he spending all his mass? That would be why. That would be why he can't build it, because he has 126,000 mass in his mass bar. That is half of anything you can build in the game. In the sense that, like, if you were to build any of the Scathus, the Mavers, the Paragons, the YOLOs, that is half. It's half. That's a lot of mass to have. It's just a lot. And especially having a Scathus that's worth another 100,000, that's essentially the Scathus right there. Tons and tons of mass, and he can't spend it all. He needs some more engineers, he needs some more SACUs to just pump out mass, or just build a bunch of stuff out of all of these facilities down here, which he currently is doing. To be fair, he's pumping out destroyers. He's got to just spend that mass. T3 Naval Headquarters isn't spending anything. He probably should spend some mass there, but the fleet of Atlantis in the northwest probably should be moving, because the Scathus fire is still raining on this position, and now those Atlantis are taking shots. You need to start moving them somewhere else on the map. 56 minutes on the clock. It is, I mean, again, it's pretty, I wouldn't say tied, but it's kind of found a nice homeostasis, nice little balance. There's not really a lot of oppressive firepower forward for now, but there's a line of destroyers being demolished by battleships. Just trying to do some damage to the battleships over here. And I feel like it's just holding on for dear life, essentially, for both the Innocents and Leprechauns. Once someone shows weakness, that's it. More bombers inbound going for those Scathi, and they might get it. ASF are moving in to intercept. The bombs just have to launch. If they're launched, it should be enough to crack the shielding. But there they go. Tons of AA being built. Bomb launch. Crash landing. One lands on top of the ASF, it looks like. Actually, all of them do. They land up there. None of them impact. Oh, no. That is rough. They impact in the air on the ASF. Oh, that is rough. That would have been it for the Scathus, I think. 3 bombs right here would, I think, have been enough. That's really, really bad for the Innocents. That was the play right there. Another Awasa inbound. Not going to do a whole lot, but it's going to go for it anyways. Now we have interceptors rolling around, and now more AA approaching. I mean, being lined up in the north. It's not going to get anywhere, unfortunately. The bomb might land, maybe, but if it gets there, wow, the hit points. There they go. Bomb. There it goes. Impacts in the air once again. On the ASF, he's just blocking out the skies, not letting any bombs land. And because of that, nothing will pierce the, quote, ASF veil. And those Scathus are still alive. And how do those Atlantis feel? Well, they've moved. Has any of them died? Nope. Perfectly fine, so they got out of dodge. more, of course, Alwasaw being production over there. I don't see any way. I mean, Team Innocent could go for a bunch of nuke subs. At this point, you can't build anything on land. It's going to be destroyed by the Scathus, so that's not going to work. Tons of ASF here for Winter, trying to just assist the protection of the bombers here for the Innocents, taking out all the ships. Most of the battleships have been destroyed here for Mopey, and it is not feeling well here for any of the Innocents on the western side. Felix still alive, still hanging out, just producing some RASCOMs, just trying to survive. He's doing pretty good considering he lost his base and whatnot. He's trying to do the best he can to just survive. So I do congratulate him on not leaving, because he could have, but he still wants to be here. So I do appreciate that. You don't quit till the fat lady sings or till everything is destroyed. Usually that's a good indicator of one way or the other. I'm gonna speed it up once again though, just because it's kind of getting a little slow. And if it's feeling slow for me, it's definitely feeling slow for you. I do love there are some monkey lords being built over here. I don't know if Leprechaun's noticed that yet, but we shall see. Scathus now reining in on Winter's position, going after those SACUs, going after anything essentially, any T3 naval headquarters, anything that could be a threat to Leprechaun. And you can see, even though there's a lot of orange and yellow over here, there's not a lot of boats left for the Innocent team on the western side. It will allow Leprechaun to get a little bit more of a buffer zone going on here. There are some battleships here, but they're being attacked by Harms. Harms can be ground fired, but these battleships are going after the AA, trying to open a door for some more bombers possibly to come in. I'm surprised that Winter didn't just go for 100 strap bombers or something and just rush everything. You think that would be the plan, which could be the plan, and I just don't know about the plan. It could be the plan, though. Oh, well, there are some strap bombers in there, so maybe that is the plan. I think 100 might be enough. With all the AA coverage and shield coverage and all that. I think the best bet would be to go for, I think, just the Scathus. It is going to delay him. You're not going to kill Leprechaun. He's over here. So unless you're able to get in and teleport in or get a bunch of boats in, it's going to take a while to chew through all of the defenses that he has. But I think the best bet is just to cut him off at the knees, prevent him from essentially firing at you for a while, and then maybe launch a bunch of nukes and call it a day. What are you doing over here? We have a flotilla, a fleet. I wouldn't say a fleet. Fleet's too big of a word for this group. I wouldn't say squad. A group of ships, whatever that word is going to be, of 13, my favorite number, by the way, of Plan Bs. And are they loaded? Yes, they are. Team Innocent Mopey Totem has 13 at a minimum nukes available to him, approaching from the east. Does Leprechaun see this? No. His circle of spy planes is just barely over to the right. This could be enough, but the SMD coverage here, I'm going to slow this down so we don't miss it. But the SMD coverage, we have 20 SMDs, 7, 12, 17, 22, 27, 28, just so many. Those nukes are not getting through. You have to take out the SMDs first. But I feel like the plan might be you send in the strap bombers and you take out some, if not most of the strap bombers, the SMDs, and then maybe go for it. Scath is still firing on wherever those Atlantis are. He doesn't want anything being built there. And also, of course, this mass storage is being built underneath the surface of the water because why not? You need more storage, and you can build mass storages under the water. His base, Felix being specific, has been knocked out for the most part.
Strategic launch.
And nukes are launching on top of one another. 13 nuclear-capable missiles are outbound, and those nukes are getting out of dodge. Here they come. And as I stated before, it is not going to be enough. Look at him. It's like a machine gun. Look how many fired. Look how many fired. Oh. That one almost got in. But I'd say out of 13, nukes, a decent amount of those fired. That is so many SMDs. I would say probably 20 SMDs were fired. That ratio will definitely favor Mopey if he can continue it. How many, says Leprechaun? 12. No, it's 13. I counted. I see them, and I can count them again. See? 13. There's nothing else selected on the map. 13. Just 12. It's just 13. Just not a lot. I love that this looks very weird because there's so many missiles firing at the same time. It looks just like a mod or something because there's so many of them. Takes out a cruiser. Now we have some Barracudas chasing them. These ships also have torpedoes. These have torpedoes and torp defense. And those torpedoes chewing through the torpedo defense on board the Barracudas. The Plan Bs are the ultimate sub killer. Oh, stop blowing up. Where's it blowing up? I hear it to the left of me. Oh, it's over here by Felix. Oh, those Plan Bs, they're still being shot at by those Barracudas. He has 13 of them still. Nukes outbound once again from him, going after whatever's down here. Those ships trying to tail him. And just ripping through all of those Barracuda, not letting any stand. That is crazy. Oh, one of them did get destroyed, though. Looks like. Nope, still good. Oh, no. Well, there are some torps on board those Salems. That might be enough. That one's going to die, unfortunately. Looks like it probably got stuck a little bit after it fired its nuke. Kaboom! That one's not going to go anywhere. It's going to take out some defenses, though. See, that probably would have been worth it. You send all of your nukes. You just target. Take out all of the defenses around the island. Then you send the nukes in. That probably would have been a better play. Because Team Innocent, they know all the SMBs are here. You just assume they're all loaded to the max. You take out all the defenses. And that opens the door for aircraft or ships or something to come in and deal the final blow. But, again, 13 nukes were fired at once, and every single one of them was shot down. And then some. Still doesn't know what's going on over there. The Monkey Lord is constructed. Second one almost done. Strategic launch detected. I don't think it'll be enough. It'll be a nice distraction, but I don't think it'll be enough. Nukes outbound. See, now they're targeting the defenses, opening that door for the ASF and possibly strap bombers that have been building up there. Oh, there they go. There they go. How many do we got? Strategic launch detected. 30. Not enough. Strategic launch not enough. Detected. This is the one game where I will say not enough. Doesn't matter what it is, not enough. Usually I say, well, shielding, not enough. Nope. Just everything. Everything's not enough. Not enough subs. Capable nuke. Well, is that Scathers fire raining on nuke subs? Is that what I just saw? That is ridiculous. Let's see now the holes are starting to open up, getting those SMBs out of the way. Not SMBs, the SAMs out of the way. Right on top of that line. Takes out a chunk of those as well. I love how these blew up, but not these ones. Somehow these two missed the memo, and the other one's got it. But look at that Scathis fire. 3 Scathis are online. This would make or break here for the Innocent team. You need to kill them off immediately. We have missile fire. Oh, they're targeting the spy planes over here. They're actually targeting friendly units by accident. That's not helpful. But most of those subs were destroyed. Most being, there's 4 over here. I probably don't count these 2 because they probably were built recently. So out of the 13 that were there, 7 of them died. That is half, a little under half, that were destroyed. And those boats, those ships, those aircraft are inbound. Storks delivering some torp babies are inbound for Leprechaun's position. 1 hour, 7 minutes on the clock. This match probably felt like 2 hours at this point. And those strap on. Oh, they're building up once again. We got. Oh, there it is. There is the 100. There is the 110 strap bombers. Is that enough? I don't know. ASF's engage. ASF's engage underneath SAM coverage will only favor Leprechaun. Team Innocence ASF need to get out of range of that SAM lineup or it's just not going to feel good. Got to launch more nukes, take out more defenses. That's all you got to do. Take out as many AA emplacements as you can. More of them are being built as we speak because it looks like Leprechaun sees what the Innocents are planning and he does not like it. He's targeting all the lines of T3 naval factories being built by Mope because he's like, why not? I have mass to spend. I might as well spend it on this. Look at the difference. 40,000 mass
Strategic
capacity versus 131,000, and that is full.
Strategic launch detected.
He has 28,000. He can't. He's spending a ton of mass.
Strategic
90,000 for AF Felix. He's just hoarding mass at this point. Nuke's outbound doing exactly what the Innocents just did, but he's going to have greater effect. Now we have the comm of Mopey over here to the west hanging out. Don't know what he's doing, but trying to avoid the position that he's in with these Monkeyloids. If Leprechaun notices, those are not going anywhere. He also has his own strap bombers just circling over there.
Strategic launch
They still have
detected.
fuel, so it's not too bad. Because you got to worry about fuel. Eventually, most of the T3 aircraft have a bunch of fuel, but some of them are bingo, though. You can see that in this group of ASFs here for Winter. Those strap bombers getting closer. Ooh, they're getting closer. They are getting closer. This might be the last-ditch effort here for Team Innocents. 111, 114. Is that going to be enough to crack the AA and the shielding and the everything around those three Scathers? A fourth one under construction as we speak. It is just mass fabs and shields and mexes and SMDs and air station facilities and some T3 air headquarters. For Leprechaun, he doesn't have anything else. That is it. It's all, and hives. Can't forget the hives. But what's funny is that the hives are built on this side. No naval facilities right here. But, of course, that's where he built the Scathers. So it's kind of there for that purpose specifically. Still targeting all of those factories. I'm going to probably speed it up just to one because it's feeling like at some point the attack has to commence. The Monkeyloid do make it to the side island, but immediately targeted by all those battleships because it pops out of the surface of the water. That is it. He's dead. There he goes. Could have kept to the south as much as possible, but wasn't able to make it. Attacks outbound with a bunch of Barracudas for Leprechaun. Those strap bombers they've been given the orders. They have. Strap bombers have been given the orders to engage. And I'm going to select Leprechaun. I'm going to select maybe the middle, that one right there. Track it, go back to observer, make all the icons go away, and the just absolute horde of strap bombers are inbound. A lot of them are getting shot down before they can make their drops. Something out of World War II or something in terms of the AA. Going after those Scathis. There they go. Bombs are away. Is it going to be enough to crack the shields and take out the Scathis or take out whatever they're targeting? Tons of shielding come offline. They're targeting the SMDs. None of the Scathis were targeted. Some of them over here were taken out. But all three of the Scathis are alive. None of the SMDs, at least. Obviously, if you leave a couple of them alive, it doesn't matter. SMDs are alive. I feel like they should have just taken out the Scathis and called it a day. GG's out in chat here for Winter Wonderland. And he control Ks, which means all of his stuff will go up in smoke. Ups, says AF Felix. He feels the same way. But he'll probably control K after this, leaving Mopey alone. Maybe AF Felix will die to Scathis fire. The Innocents put up a very good fight, but the YOLO opening here from Mav plus Leprechaun just turtling and building Scathis, that was it. That was the day. There goes AF Felix. He has control K, leaving Mopey all alone. And that will probably mean that Mopey will control K as well. 1 hour, 11 minutes on the clock. Nukes are outbound. This is the comm of Mopey. What's he going to do? Oh, he's teleporting. Where is he going? Oh, he's going. Oh, that's going to be targeted. Oh. No, the comm moved over there. That's not going to be enough. He will be killed off very quickly. There he goes. And all the SSUs fire on him. All the artillery from those battleships fire on him. There he is. He is dead and gone. Innocents are defeated. And Leprechaun is the sole survivor of the match. He is the winner of which at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 58 seconds. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so very much for all of the support you give it to echo the beginning of the video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And again, if you haven't subscribed, you haven't made a comment about whatever you would like to talk about, please go ahead and do so. I encourage every single one of you to comment down below. I might not get to your comment in a day or two just because of work and travel and all that stuff, but I will answer it within a couple of days at the maximum. Please be patient with me as I go through the amount of comments that I have to. I usually go in batches. So it's like I go like, oh, it's been a day or so. I need to respond. I respond to all of them. And then a couple of days go by and I respond to all of them. So please let me know how you feel down in the comments. Thank you so very much for watching. And, of course, share this video with anyone, everyone, and especially your pets. And I will see all of you in the next one.